Hello there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free and helps me out a lot. I also stream over on twitch.tv/SnapplesVA. I'd be happy if you'd stop by. And lastly, don't forget to wear your headphones. I'm the bartender around here. What can I get you? Most certainly. Here you are, sir. Well, hello there, mister. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I mean, look around. This place is deader than a shrunken head at a hacky sack festival. Anyway, say, I'm just curious. Are you new around these parts? I see. So we're not too familiar with the locals, are we? Well then, this should go without saying, but just let me warn you a little bit here, mister. I mean, it's no Vegas-level crime spree, but you might get roughed up here and there. Just depends on what you're really looking for, be it trouble or for some common decency. They deliver it in full. Trust me, I know these people. That's all I can say about it, really. Ah, I see. We reach eye to eye then. That's good. And this here saloon is a mighty fine place, if you ask me. It has good drinks, nice service. The barmaids wink and smile at you all pretty. I mean, what else could I say that ain't got the charm, you know? Only real downside of this place is, well, they don't really do so well in the cleaning. But, What do I mean? Well, see, you didn't hear this from me, but let's just say that it's bad enough to warrant a violation. You know, if there was ever a damn organization for making sure they don't spit in the glass. Yeah, it's that bad. What other good places? Let's see here. That's actually a good question. See here. What other places do I know? You see, it's hard for me to say the bad ones, cause there's a bunch of bad ones in these areas. Now, thankfully, they rarely come here, and I'd know when to make sure to give them more southern hospitality, just in case. Oh, them? Ah, don't worry about it. Just the usual banditos. Nothing more, nothing less. Calling themselves the quote-unquote Alpha Gang. I know, right? Sounds very stupid. Well, unless the sheriff called them that specifically to mock their machismo, then honestly I wouldn't rate them far below what a rightful gang even ought to be considered. But, despite that, they made quite the spectacle back yonder. I mean, they did what your stereotypical gang would do. You know, the usual bank robbing, sticking up some rich folks at home. Hell, I even heard they were in grave robbing business back there in Blackwater. Now, just because I'm listing their crimes don't mean I'm not giving them proper respect. They're still scum, through and through. They got the brand of Cain on their heads, and, well, sooner or later it'll be lead that'll be branding it, if you catch my drift. But that's besides the point. Just make sure to walk away from them. They don't hassle no one unless they're all drunk, or you just happen to catch them in a bad mood. And for your sake, I hope you know how to handle your peace. Yikes, it's already a bad sign there, partner. You don't even know what a peace is? You know, you're peacemaker? I'm talking about the Colt 45. Really? You've never heard it be called that before? Huh. Alrighty, well, if you don't even know the usual slang of it, being referred only as a quote-unquote, a gun, you do know how the damn contraption works, right? Like, it fires out a bullet. You do know that, right? What do you mean, a little? You're joking, right? Like, you're pulling my rope here. There's no way you came all the way out here without knowing how to defend yourself. Alright. I understand. I don't even know how you came here without knowing how to defend yourself. But hey, I don't write the story. A teacher. But of course. Oh, I know a feller who could spruce up your banging. Oh, shut up. You know what I meant. Though, I hear if you're very nice, he may teach you that, too. Of course I know him well. It's clearly me, dumbass. Oh yeah, for sure. I could teach you. I'd be happy to. It's not really that hard anyways. You know, just know how to line up the sight, control your breathing, and pull and goes bang! Then again, it might be rough for the chorus for someone who doesn't know that the shell casing doesn't follow when the shot's fired. But I know you're still capable. Even a dumbass like you can still take down a man. Especially other dumbasses. Well, ain't that swell? Say, wanna make it a date? And hey, if you do, maybe I can teach you how to shoot some other things as well. That's so fucking adorable. Hey, I'm just playing with you. Don't take what I say too seriously now. Unless you're eager to follow through, then don't worry. I'm sure it'll be a nice sunset to view while we hunker down and entangle with each other. I mean, while we're on the topic, that leads me to the next place you might want to, avoid. It depends on what you're into, really. I mean, personally, I'm, not a fan. Well, you see, there are other saloons that are more, dirty than this one. You know what I mean. Much less drinking and more, let's say, communing. Less time playing cards and crap and, more time playing with, each other, you know? You know, I just realized how easy you are to blush. Bright and red like the new dawn. Now, don't tell me you ain't gotten your, you know, cherry popped before now, I'm just messing with you, partner. If it's upsetting, you can tell me, alright? Anyways, back to what we were talking about. It's almost every saloon across the road after 5 o'clock at night. That's when the dames start stalking. Now, they might be all pretty and smoky, and maybe sometimes even pull on your heartstrings a little, but if I were you, don't bet on it. It's always better to have the company of yourself at night. I mean, that's what I always say. All you will always need is yourself, partner. I mean, that or your right hand, if you catch my drift. Why? Well, okay, I'm sure that you already know how talking to them leads to that. But just because you can, doesn't mean you should. Sometimes all you need is just a real stiff drink and someone to have a little, you know, heart-to-heart to, you know? Point is, they're nice and friendly folks, but don't do it unless you feel nature calling a bit too loudly. Huh, not a problem at all. I see. Nothing, it's nothing, don't worry about it. I mean, almost every guy I confront and tell them about the girls across the way say that they don't care or, you know, they've done it before. But I'm guessing you have matters set on other things. Or, well, I don't really want to be rude now, partner, but I'll bet on it that you might not, you know, swing that way. Don't you, partner? Oh? How interesting. You jumped straight to saying no. Alright, I understand. Just poking the bear is all. Don't worry now, I'll let it go if it makes you that uncomfortable. Oh wow, you're finished your drink fast? Are you nervous, cutie? Hey, sorry, and what can I get you, sir? Certainly, sir. Oh, might I also get one? Just put it on my tab for the day, alright? Thanks, mister. Alright, sir. I'll be right back. Look, friend, just don't keep drinking if you're planning on getting roaring drunk at this hour. It's a tad bit too early for that kind of attitude. Hell, people might think of you less for it. The sun's barely going down today, hon bun. Well, for one, it's only 2 in the afternoon. It doesn't take a genius to know that. Secondly, I was actually gonna ask you for your help with a little trouble I'm having. Intrigued, are we? I see. That's good, that's good. You see, I own a small piece of land just out of town, down south. It has a good amount of cows, some goats, and pigs. Not to mention stray chickens wandering the land. Perfect place to make a living. Not to mention a few benefits here and there. I was going to see if you had any experience with farming, ranching, or anything with animals. Well, can't be picky. I'll take what I can get. I got some new horses, specifically 4 more, and it's getting close to mating season, and I need someone to help me to manage them. Now, I have some helpers around the land, but firstly, they're not always there for most of the season. Lots of them got family troubles and all. Well, of course, it's understandable, but it does make it a hell of a time trying to make sure nothing goes wrong throughout the entire season just all by myself. Secondly, frankly, they ain't all that reliable as when I first hired them. Mostly out of complacency. Keep telling them about their stuff and they half-ass it like some schmuck. I pay good money for folks and they think that's how they could treat me? Fucker. What comes with it? Well, I'm glad you asked, actually. See, I like it when people try to see what they're getting ahead of. As a start, you would get a room in the main house with me, food every night, a warm bed, and a salary of $10 to $15 a day, which is more than enough if you're asking me. You also get your own horse for riding into town when you're running errands if needed. A little added bonus if you work long enough with a good attitude. Oh, I know it does. If you don't want it, it's fine. There are more jobs around here and many people that would like this job too. You'll take it? Swell, partner. That's great. I'll give you a full day to bring your things in and get a handle on your duties on the land. I already have a good feeling about you. I'm sure you'll make a wonderful addition. And hey, since you're now a full resident of my house, maybe I can teach you shooting a little more often to make you a marksman. And if you're lucky, maybe those extra lessons I talked about earlier. You know what? I'll make this glass on me. I'm only doing it as a celebratory way of welcoming you, but don't you forget what I'll be asking of you once you're inside now, alright, partner? To your new job. Cheers! That was strong. Welcome to Ram Ranch. Happy to have you aboard. I'll be sure to help you in any way I can to make sure that you're happy working with us. Oh, before I forget, do you have any questions? How early would you start? Well, officially you would start the day after tomorrow, after I show you the way around the land, you know, where everything is, stuff like that. Now, the start time is 7 in the morning, and you would work until 4 in the afternoon. After those hours, the work starts inside the house with the cooking, cleaning, and other things that come up. Just basic living. Now, don't think you're getting paid for basic housework after your work hours now. Everyone's gotta pitch in. It's not just my home, but ours. You, me, everyone. Like a family, you know? Well, I'm glad you agree. As soon as we're done here, I hope bring your things in. Please don't be afraid to ask for anything. And by that, I mean anything. Well, it's nice to see you can hold your liquor well. This is your 3rd drink, right? Your 5th? Whoa! Be careful with that then! I don't want my upstart partner now to be having a hangover while sweating in the fields. But yeah, don't worry about drinks and all that. I'll make sure the ranch is all stacked a bunch. Trust me, we all love a good drink after a nice hard day of labor. It's one of the gifts from God. Well, that's what I always say. But trust me, we're always prepared for him. Just don't drink it all before fiddling with the ropes now. Might think we're getting ready for something completely different. But yeah, I'm glad to have you aboard, hon. Cheers. Thanks from my Patreons for supporting me. A special thanks to Glass Closeted Furry and Development.